Alright guys, I don't know if you're going to watch this or if you're going to see it when I post it on YouTube, but either way, I'm starting on chapter 9, and I'll do like I did yesterday, take a break, and then go into chapter 10. I never got any requests for any other chapters, so I'll do 9 and 10. Again, on Monday, we will review before, so come see me first thing Monday morning. All right, let's go. All right, so our objectives for this chapter, we're gonna pick materials and equipment that are safe for use in a food service operation, install and maintain equipment. We wanna avoid food safety hazards caused by utilities, maintain your facility, handle emergencies, and prevent and control pests. All right, we're starting with interior requirements for a safe operation. That starts on page 9-2. I'm at the top, starting down. All right, so we want to make sure our floors, walls, and ceilings, the material must be smooth, durable, and easy to clean, and they must be maintained regularly. So as you can see in the picture, the floor is paneled, and you can't see the wall, but again, you want to just make sure that it's just easy to clean. All right, equipment selection. We want to make sure that food service equipment must meet the standards, the following standards if they will be coming in contact with food. They need to be non-absorbent, smooth, and corrosion resistant. They need to be easy to clean, durable, and resisting to damage. So they want to make sure they have that NSF logo on them to make sure that they are up to par. All right, installing and maintaining equipment. Janet and Christian, I know that you guys were having issues with remembering all the numbers that they have. Nick and Therese, I don't know if you guys were too, but definitely you want to remember these numbers. So floor mounted equipment must be either 15 centimeters high or 6 inches high off the ground, and we want it sealed to a masonry base. A masonry base is something that's going to help it stay. Oh, hello, how are you, Janet? I see you. It's going to help it stay stationary, so therefore you can clean around it. As you can see in the pictures, we want everything off the floor by 6 inches if it is going to be mounted into the floor. All right, tabletop equipment should either be mounted on legs that are 4 inches apart or sealed to the countertop. So with the masonry base and with things mounted or sealed to the countertop, either way, either it needs to be sealed completely, meaning that nothing can get under the equipment, or remember from the floor 6 inches up or the table 4 inches up. So those are two numbers that we still need to know, guys. Installing and maintaining equipment. Once equipment has been installed, it must be maintained regularly. Only qualified people should maintain it. You want to set up a maintenance schedule with your supplier or the manufacturer and check equipment regularly to make sure that it's working correctly. So that goes for your refrigerators, freezers, your dishwashers, those big industrial ones as well. All right, so dishwashers must be installed. So that's what I was speaking on this just now. So they are reachable and conveniently located. So you want to make sure that the people that need to wash the dishes can actually reach them in a way that keeps utensils, equipment, and other food contact surfaces from being contaminated. And definitely want to follow the manufacturer's instructions. Okay, dish machines. Dish machines starts on page 9-3 and goes down. There we go. Sorry, it loses focus very easily. All right, when selecting dishwashers, you want to make sure The detergents and sanitizers used are approved by the local regulatory authority. We talked about that. You know, those are the health inspectors. And they have the ability to measure water temperature, water pressure, and cleaning and sanitizing chemical concentration. And the information about the correct setting is posted on the machine. So as you can see in the picture, and you'll be able to see it in your book on the bottom of page 9.3, it says hot water sanitizing, wash temperature is 160 minimum, final rinse temperature is 180 minimum, and it says building supply flow press is 20 psi max, and it also tells you the speed, which is 6.2 feet per minute. So as long as it has that information on there, that is one that you can definitely use. All right, let's talk about our 3 compartment sinks. We want to purchase sinks large enough to accommodate the large equipment and utensils. So for instance, the kitchens that are in my room, they have a 2-compartment sink, but Babatunde in his room, his is a 3-compartment sink because his kitchen is twice as large as the kitchen that I have. Now we are going to be on hand washing stations. It's at the top of 9.4. All right, hand washing stations must be conveniently located and are required in the restrooms or directly next to them, the food prep areas, the service areas, and dishwashing areas. Hand washing sinks must be only used for hand washing, so you can't do anything else at those stations besides wash your hands. And this is important. They did ask something about this on the test when I took it, I think. So I definitely can see them asking something about this again. You want to make sure that the hand washing station has hot and cold running water, soap, a way to dry your hands, garbage container, and signage. If you go into any restaurants, you can go into any food supply stores or anything else. They will all have those same things. A way to dry your hands, the soap, the hot and cold running water, a garbage container, and the sign saying that all employees must wash hands before returning to work. And a lot of times they'll even have the signs explaining how to wash your hands as well. All right, acceptable sources of drinking water. We want to have approved public water mains, regularly tested and maintained private sources, or closed portable water containers, or water transport vehicles. So those are all ways that we can get water into our buildings. Let's talk about some cross connections. We are on page 9.5, and this is when we get into the back, sponge, and everything else. So let's get started. The cross connection, it's a physical link between safe water and dirty water from drain sewers or other wastewater sources. Okay, so now let's talk about this backflow. All right, backflow is the reverse flow of contaminants through the cross connection into the drinkable water supply. So here in the picture, we have the water supply, and here's the back sponge, and then the contaminated water. How this becomes a cross connection is when that hose hits that bucket in that water, because now that water is out, it's in that bucket, it's contaminated. So we definitely don't want to do that. All right, and what the back sponge is a vacuum created in the plumbing system that sucks contaminants back into the water supply. This can occur when a high water use in one area of the operation creates a vacuum. A running hose in a mop bucket can lead to backsponging as well. All right, so backflow prevention methods, because backflow is bad, so we want to make sure that we can prevent it. We have the vacuum breaker, and then we also have an air gap. An air gap is the space in between where our water is coming out at and where it's going into. So you see they have two air gaps here. There's an air gap at the bottom, and then there's an air gap at the top as well. All right, let's talk about lighting. We are on the bottom of page 9.6, where it's talking about lighting. All right, consider the following when installing and maintaining lighting. Different areas of the facility have different lighting intensity requirements. Local jurisdictions usually require prep areas to be brighter than other areas. Of course, that's going to happen because we want the prep areas where people are going to be cutting food and things like that to be the brightest so that they don't hurt themselves. All lights should have shatter-resistant light bulbs or protective covering. So this, what you see in the corner, is the protective covering. So replace burned out bulbs with the correct size bulb. So you don't want to change those bulbs unless you have the correct one to replace it with. All right, ventilation. Ventilation systems must be clean and maintained to prevent grease and condensation from building up on the walls and ceilings. You want to follow manufacturers' recommendations and meet local regulatory requirements. Hello, Therese. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. So now we are on, just to help you out, we're on 9.7, and we're talking about the ventilation, meaning we're going to move right into that garbage. All right, garbage. We want to remove from prep areas as quickly as possible. Be careful not to contaminate food and food contact surfaces. And we want to clean inside and outside of the containers frequently. We want to clean them clean them away from food prep areas and food storage areas. So just like when we have our chemicals, we want to keep those away from food prep and food storage areas. The same exact thing when we have our trash cans that we want to clean as well. The indoor containers, meaning the garbage cans, they must be leak-proof, waterproof, and pest-proof, easy to clean, and covered when not in use. We want to have designated storage areas. We want to store waste and the recyclables separately from food and food contact surfaces. Storage must not create a nuisance or a public health hazard. All right, so let's talk about the outdoor containers. They must be placed on a smooth and durable non-absorbent surface like asphalt or concrete. So you can't have them sitting in the grass. They want to have tight-fitted lids and be covered at all times. They want to have drain plugs in place as well. All right, now we're going to talk about emergencies that affect our facilities. That starts on page 9.8. All right, so we want to talk about imminent health hazards. These are a significant threat or danger to health. They require immediate correction or closure to prevent injury. Possible imminent health hazards, meaning an electrical power outage, fire, flood, or sewage backup. All right, how to respond to a crisis affecting the facility. We want to determine if there is a significant risk to safety or the security of your food. If the risk isn't significant, then we just want to stop service. We want to notify the local regulatory authority. Decide how to correct the problem, meaning establish time temperature control, clean and sanitize surface. We want to verify the water is drinkable, and then reestablish physical security of the facility. Now we're getting into that fun part of chapter 9, is pest management. So we are on the last page, which is 9:11. We, again, at the end of this chapter, I'm going to stop this video. I will be posting it on YouTube. It'll just be like the other ones. It'll be servsafe, or I'm sorry, chapter 9, servsafe, and then it'll say BHS as well. I will let you guys know when it's posted. Once it's posted, then I will come right back. So like a little 5-minute intercession, and then I will do chapter 10. So let's talk about pest management. 3 rules of pest prevention. We want to deny pests access to the operation. We want to deny pests food, water, and shelter. We want to work with our licensed PCO, which is our pest control operator. Okay, to keep pests from entering with deliveries, we want to check deliveries before they enter the operation. And we want to refuse shipments if pests or signs of pests are found, like egg cases and body parts, or feces, of course. We want to make sure all of the points where pests can access the building are secure, meaning screen windows and vents. We want to seal cracks in floors and walls around pipes, and install air currents, also called air doors or fly fans, above or alongside doors. Install the air curtains are these vents that just blow air straight down so that bugs can't fly through to get inside. We want to deny pest shelter. We want to throw out garbage quickly and correctly. We want to keep containers clean and in good condition, and keep outdoor containers tightly covered. Clean up spills around containers immediately, and store recyclables correct. So keep recyclables in clean, pest-proof containers, and keep containers far away from the building as regulations allow. All right, contact your PCO, which is your pest control operator or officer, immediately if you see these or any pest-related problems. Feces, nests, damage on products or packaging, and the facility itself. So as you can see, they have the gnawing on the box and then the droppings. All right. Yay, we are on chapter 10. I know you guys are super happy. I see those hearts. I feel you. Okay, so I am going to take a break. We'll like a 5-minute intermission. So if you have to do what you have to do it in 5 minutes and come back for chapter 10 on cleaning and sanitizing. I'm going to post this video. You can definitely let your classmates know that I'm posting it. And if they want to join us for chapter 10, they can. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please go ahead and post those as well. If there is another chapter that you guys want me to do, like if you need me to go over, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, please let me know. All right, guys, I'll see you back in a minute. Bye. Oh, hey guys, sorry. What in the world?